Jesus. The alpha cuck. A lot of people don't like it when you talk shit about Jesus. Probably going to be the only video nobody ever watches on my page. But this is a thing, and what I'm about to talk about removes agency and accountability from a person's life. Yeah. If you ever get into it with religious people, and especially the Christians at this church I keep rambling on about, that's gonna go out to Blondie and any church leader I had a run-in with, because this is ultimately what it came down to. Jesus died for your sins, so you can be a complete piece of shit and still get into heaven. There are no more standards, because Jesus killed himself so that you can get into heaven. You don't have to actually be a good person. This kind of craziness came up when Blondie was in the back of Papa John's talking to me. He was accusing me. He was telling me, "You're not like Iron Man. You don't have what it takes to make the sacrifice play." Blah, da, blah, da, blah, da, blah, da, blah. And this is the thing. Literally wants me, an actual good person, to kill himself, to get himself killed for garbage. And I'm going to talk about this because historically with me, when you're an altruist, you try to help people, and historically I have helped all the wrong people. It's a fact. My cuddle buddy was a complete piece of shit that was knifing me in the back for the church. I told her a million times from high school forward to get away from these people, as she told me all the terrorism and all the bad shit they were getting up to, and then was like, "Ha, it's so good!" Like, it's retarded. She went on a thing about how she wants to live in a Big Brother world. Yes, she wants to live in a 1984 dystopian where you're poisoned with lead, have anxiety all the time, and are fucking terrified. That's her dream world. That's what she wants. Okay. These people are imbeciles. They hate freedom and they hate America. That's not a joke. This kind of stupidity feeds into even that idiot Brooks kid. I talked out of suicide in high school, and then he went on to rape Cherokee. He would have been better off killing himself, and that was my mistake. And this is the thing. This is why I literally stick to clearing culverts around Florida, and I don't actually help people. The other day, I was listening to this guy's psychological traumas and noted he had a series of psychological issues. Didn't bother to even intervene and explain to him what's wrong or even how to treat it. You know why? Because people aren't worth helping. And when I help people, they go, "I could now be a piece of shit." Yeah. And this kind of fed into, because Blondie went on about how basically Christians love a good sacrifice story. They love it when good people get killed so garbage people can live happy lives. That was the explanation given to me by Blondie himself. That he himself is not a garbage person, but would much rather prefer that the good people do kill themselves because they do make everybody else feel like shit. An altruist makes them feel like shit, so they belong to be dead because everything's about how they feel. And we got into this, and then he starts explaining to me that if I do the right thing, maybe other people in the church will be willing to do the right thing. I was like, you think everybody's going to be thrilled to death that I spend the rest of my life in prison or dead because I tried to do the right thing, and you think everybody else in the church would be inspired? Go, "Oh boy, you do the right thing and you get fucking killed?" And I remember this stupid look and this kind of like, "Nobody's gonna kill you." What? And he was, if you have people in your church that's willing to get themselves killed, go let them get them. And he was like, "No, nobody's willing to." They are willing to get themselves killed because they care more about the church than they do for anything else. Trust me. They will murder their own kids. I know when I was president, people did that for me. Okay? They have no morals, they have no values. They are valueless people, they're garbage. Trash, filth. And they want good people to kill themselves for them, so they can keep being garbage and filth. No, sir. And we got into this argument, and then Blondie was like, "What would it take to get you to do the right thing. And then he starts explaining to me in this shit that the church leaders are actually victims, regardless of what they do and what I think of them. And then Blondie goes, I'm not even listening to that. And he was, what? I was like, go ahead and keep talking, but I'm not going to hear it. Nope. And he's, why won't you listen? And I was like, because when I was little, I was beaten, molested, abused, I was assaulted, I lived in poverty, had the shit kicked out of me. I went to psychology. You know what they told me? You're not allowed to be a victim. And I pointed at Blondie as, your bitch ass is not allowed to be a fucking victim. And he, I'm a victim. You're not! And I remember this, victim. Like, yeah, I was just, dude. And then later, Kevin came over and was explaining to me being the victim is important because even if you're a garbage person, you can get good people to feel bad for you. And then you're the victim. And I was, get away from me. And he was, what? It is. I was, get away from me. I don't give a shit. Okay, like, my concern, and I told Blondie this, I was like, every time I've helped people, they immediately go, let's knife him in the back as many times as I can. And I would argue a big chunk of that is part mental health, because when you're nice to somebody, it makes them feel like shit. So I save somebody, they immediately start stabbing me in the back, because they would never do the same thing for anybody else. And I would argue the obsession with me getting myself killed and these guys loving Jesus got himself killed for them is the whole holy factor. Like, this guy's the good dude, so we kill him. Ha! Yeah! And then he can't do any more good in the world and he'll stop making me feel like shit. Here's a better solution. Quit being a piece of shit. We got into this conversation, and I still remember this vaguely stupid shit. This asshole used to come in and just harass me at work, and I'm some pizza guy, by the way. I'm some fucking pizza guy. And this dumbass kept coming in and harassing me every fucking day. I swear to God, dude, he would not fuck off for the longest fucking time. This conversation fed into this weird entitlement and stupidity, and it was an entitlement of me getting myself killed, and that was the entire fucking thing. They wanted to see me try to pull the perjury and then get fucking murdered. And then Blondie kept telling me that everybody in the church isn't what I think they are. Look. You're not one of these people. If you pay money to the church, you support human trafficking. That is a fact. If you are giving money to the church, you are supporting human trafficking. Okay? You're supporting murder. You're supporting baby rapes. That is what the church does. If you give money to the church, you support murder, baby rapes, and human trafficking. You're voting with your dollars. And don't give me this shit, oh, they'll kill me if I don't pay. Okay? You made that decision, okay? And if your values mean anything, if you have values as a person, you will find some way to sit down with your church leader and go, I don't support that, so I'm not giving you any more money. Until you stop doing that, I'm not going to give you any more fucking money. You're garbage. We're garbage. We're garbage people. Me, you, everybody here. We're fucking trash. Bobby shouldn't have to get himself killed to demonstrate that we're trash. And then, on top of that, if I do get myself killed, and these people's logic stands that Jesus was cucked with our sins, and that enabled them to behave like pieces of shit, and I get myself killed, what are they gonna do? Well, that Bobby guy died for us, so we're gonna go behave like complete pieces of shit. We have no agency or accountability in our lives because Jesus is dead, and now Bobby is dead, and it's the same thing. The only way, I remember telling Blondie, I was like, I would agree to getting myself killed, and I remember this kind of cold stare, and he was like, everybody in the church would have to be under the threat of death with a gun pointed at their head and forced to do the right thing against their will. I was like, they would have to be completely selfless and only care for other people. And Blondie froze, and I was like, some motherfucker walks out of a hospital and goes, I need a heart. I was like, and he looks at you, Blondie. I was like, you take a knife out, you cut your chest open, you cut your heart out, and you give it to him. And he's, I'd be dead. I was like, you'll be dead either way, because we'll shoot you in the head and then take your heart and give it to that man. And then he was, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, I was like, I am not going to kill myself, get myself killed for garbage. I would have to see that there are people worth saving in your church. I don't believe there is. And I was like, and every church leader, like I said, would have to be, and he's, that's too high. That's not fair. That's not, what we want is to be free, because we're the victims. We're the victim. I was like, I'm not even hearing it. Go away. I'm a victim. Let's go away. I'm not listening to that. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I was like, I'm not even listening to that. Go away. He doesn't understand that I'm a complete fucking pussy. And I was just, dude, go fuck off, man. And he kept coming back. And the Kevin dude did it, and the other guy, the David loser, he was like, I'm just gonna say I don't really care because, like, I'm gonna win no matter what. And I was like, and there's the problem. You see, if I sacrifice myself for him, he's gonna behave like a sack of shit. And then David comes back later, lies to my face, and was like, if you do the right thing, I'll start doing the right thing. And I started laughing. I was so fucking full of shit, dude. So full of shit. You have to laugh, because the whole thing with Jesus is people should be inspired to be more Jesus-like, not go, the good guy killed himself for us, so now everybody gets to behave like a sack of shit. Like, Jesus, the alpha cuck. I just, yeah. Once again, I don't know. I know they watch these videos, so maybe Anal Eating Mummy God, you call me, we arrange a deal. I'll do the human sacrifice shit, but you dumb motherfuckers then have to do the right thing for the rest of your life, because I'm dead. I can no longer go around and clear culverts in Florida or help people or fix the world. I'll be dead. And you dumbasses seem to think that a good person can only do one good thing ever and then get killed. Because that's smart. And secondly, you're entitled to the human sacrifice. I remember that shit from fucking Blondie going on about how he deserves my death. And I was like, you can eat shit for that. And then that was followed by him literally coming back later lying, telling me, imagine being with Mary Bowberry and having $4 billion. Another fucking lie. Dude, Blondie, you would better hope that's not true. Okay, if this whole thing pans out and there's some weird, fucked up, weird shit and I end up getting out of prison or whatever the fuck, I don't know. And I'm gonna say I don't know. I get $4 billion, we're not gonna have to worry about this thing I said where I want every church leader under the threat of death if they don't do the right thing. Because I'm gonna come for you people. That's what's gonna happen. Every $4 billion is gonna be spent making sure. I could totally picture Blondie being like, we fucked up his life, we made him violate all of his values, we did the worst things you could do to a human being to him, and he threw out all of his values and we made him garbage, and he was going, oh, I'm a good person, and he's like telling his kid, and his kid's like, yeah, Dad, that's fucking, his kid's head just explodes and his brains go everywhere, and Blondie's like, no, what happened? His head exploded, and it's just me in the trunk of a car with a fucking 50 cal sniper because I'm a fucking billionaire, and there's a million people watching me, but I'm a billionaire. I've already paid them all off, so they're like, we didn't see anything. Bang! Blondie's head fucking explodes, and well, obviously he wouldn't be able to make the noises, so you just see his hands, and then he'd fall over, and his dumb bitch of a wife would be like, no, bang! Trust me, they're garbage. The whole plan was to be garbage to begin with. I'm doing the world a favor at that point. Totally picture Stu being like, I'm gonna keep murdering people, it's a good poof. And then fucking his dumbass stick brother Carrot's all like, I'm gonna be boom. His fucking brains just go everywhere. Oh no, oh, it's that Bobby guy. We gave him $4 billion. We did horrible shit to him, and then we didn't think he would do it back to us because he was like, I care about being a good person because he's a loser. And then he started murdering us because we made him throw out all of his values, and then he became valueless, and then when he became valueless, he got angry at us, and now he hasn't let it go. None of us are safe. Holy shit, we should have just stayed in prison. It would have been a better idea. Oh no, we're victims. I'm a victim. Somebody hide me. Bobby's coming for me. Somebody hide me. And you just fucking see them fucking hiding in boxes and trash cans, murdering people and stealing their identities and going on the run, and I'm still fucking hunting for them. I have my own $1 billion bullshit fucking church, and my church members are dedicated to doing one thing: locating these people, reporting them to the church so I can murder their asses. And the U.S. just turns a blind eye to it because they turned a blind eye to this church murdering people. They turned a blind eye to all the churches murdering people, so they'll just be down with it. And I just picture fucking all the church leaders just, oh, FBI guys, please help me. And they're like, oh, nope, that Bobby guy's gonna murder you. But he's supposed to be the good guy, and he's doing all the bad things. Like, yeah, well, you guys forced him to violate all of his values, throw out all of his morals. You kept telling him it's good for him. So the only thing I have to tell you is it's good for you. It's good for you. Being murdered is good for you. And I don't like that. I'm alone. The church is gone. Nobody's gonna help me. They just fucking picture them like, why did you murder their kids? Because their kids are born from garbage. Okay. Yeah, no. Fantasies are fun to talk about. They really are. Anyways, yeah, you can't believe a goddamn thing Blondie says. Once again, he said he would stop the human trafficking. He didn't. He said he let me out of my contract. He wouldn't. He promised nobody would get hurt. A whole bunch of people got hurt to the point people fucking died. Okay? All the fucking promises he made, and he just lied, and then I stopped believing him, and then he started turning self-righteous and getting pissed because I thought he was a sack of shit. But this is what happens when you take the story of Jesus and go, Jesus is the alpha cuck. He died for all my sins, so now I can be a sack of shit. This is the philosophy of this church, by the way. Yeah. And if you remember, and you pay to them, once again, you support baby rape and human trafficking, rape and murder. So, if you have values, which you don't, those are against your values, stand up and say something.